There's no reason to have people in basically modern day concentration camps.
So, illegal immigration, big hot button issue right now. Can you just tell me your thoughts on illegal immigration to start with?
Okay, so I will. There's parts of it that I agree with, and then parts that I disagree with.
My thoughts. I mean, it's first of all, I mean, I don't like the term illegal immigration.
Okay.
I just think it should be called immigration.
Okay.
You know, there's no such thing as illegal immigration. Everybody moves. Everybody was an immigrant at some point in their lives.
So, illegal immigration is what we're talking about. First off, just give me your thoughts on illegal immigration.
I believe it should be a little bit easier, at least a little bit easier, just to make it so people who immigrate to America to escape other conflicts, it's just a little easier for them to gain citizenship. They don't have to wait too long, you
I
know?
also think that the current processes that are being used are terrible. There's no reason to have people in basically modern day concentration camps, or
That's a iffy word here.
it is.
If I may,
Yeah.
part of the issue with that is if you're going to say that there's no such thing as illegal immigration, then you have to imply that all immigration is just legal.
Yeah,
and in order for that to be, there can't be any laws in immigration. Does that kind of make sense?
No, and absolutely.
What would you say are similarities between concentration camps and detention centers?
Because these people are under conditions that just aren't, in my opinion, humanly suitable. I
So-
wouldn't want my family or people that I care for, or even people that I don't necessarily care for, to be in these circumstances that these people are in.
So you say because they're in less than humane conditions, you would
Correct.
consider it a concentration camp?
Correct.
So what about homeless people? Are homeless people in concentration camps?
I wouldn't say that.
Why
I
not?
can see the parallel. The only reason why I wouldn't say that. Oh,
See, you've gone down a slippery slope
this is
here
true.
now. So people like seeking asylum is what you're referring to, kind of.
Yes. Mainly people seeking asylum, new work opportunities, student opportunities, stuff like that. Yeah.
Just so we're at an understanding, do you know what the definition of seeking asylum is?
Not entirely sure. Can you enlighten me?
Yes.
So yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, it's definitely touchy. So maybe concentration camp isn't the best word.
So the definition of seeking asylum is anyone who either is fearful to go back or is unable to go back to their country due to fear of religious, racial, or just general persecution. That's the definition of seeking asylum. So I think you mentioned like work opportunities or school opportunities. That wouldn't necessarily fall into that category, but the asylum seekers, yes. And according, I believe, to international law, seeking asylum we have to do that.
Okay.
Everybody kind of has to do that. But it's those ones that you're talking about, people who are coming over here more for work opportunities or school opportunities or whatever. Those are the ones that are kind of a little bit more controversial. Legal asylum is someone who cannot go back to their country or is fearful to go back to their country because of religious or racial or any other type of persecution,
Right.
Which is going on. And that right now, according to international law, is already legal, that
Right.
we have to accept those people, as well as every other country. You said yes, you were referring to seeking asylum. Do you know what the international law definition of seeking asylum is?
Not the exact definition.
Okay, so the actual definition is when people are coming and they are either fearful or cannot return to their country due to religious or racial persecution.
Exactly.
Okay, so do you believe that most of the immigrants who are coming in at this time would classify as asylum under that definition?
So, if you're using that definition, there isn't any religious or racial persecution, so no.
All 12 of the 12 Democratic presidential candidates said that they were for free health care for illegal immigrants. What are your thoughts on that?
For illegal immigrants or for legal immigrants?
For illegal immigrants. They all 12 of them, you got big eyes there for a sec, which I love because I'll tell you, it's bananas, guys. All 12 of the 12 candidates said they were in favor of providing free health care for illegal immigrants. What are your thoughts on that?
It's a very... I can't answer that very quickly.
I believe it should be because this country was built on immigrants, it will continue to be built on immigrants. So I'm all for that. It sounds good, like a good idea.
The thing is, a lot of the people that are immigrating here are from like Central American countries where like we've really messed stuff up there like in the past 50 to 60 years. Like we've gone in and really messed up life for people like in those countries. And
We have.
yeah, the U.S. absolutely.
I do think immigrating to any country without adhering to the laws that that country has set in play is wrong.
Can you give an example?
United Fruit Company. Are you familiar with like that kind of? Okay, so
What can you say?
The United Fruit Company.
United Fruit Company?
Yeah, so it's like nowadays Dole. I don't know if Chiquita was initially a part of it. But I'm pretty sure Dole was like.
We're talking bananas.
Bananas,
here.
yeah,
All right.
exactly. Like you should look it up.
Cool.
Like Banana Republic kind of came from this, or like that idea of a Banana Republic. But
I think, I don't know if we can find common ground here. I think we can. I am all for immigrants coming, as long as we are able to vet them to make sure they will be loyal to the United States of America, that they do not have serious criminal histories in the countries that they come from, and that they are not bringing any sort of sex trafficking, drug trafficking, or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, the more productive members of a society that we have who are loyal to the country, the better. Can we agree on that?
We can.
What are your thoughts?
I mean, families really shouldn't be separated, at least from one standpoint, but I'm not really sure what I'm trying to say here.
So I would rather.
Hold on. Hey man. Hey man. I'm filming this here. All right. Sorry.